Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, October 24th here, and we're getting a early look at the market. We're off of the highs of the morning, but we're still putting in a decent green candle. This is a look at our futures. So a few things that happened here over the weekend. Xi Jinping in China has secured a new third term. So they are, watch those Chinese stocks. They're under a lot of pressure here this morning because of that. Now, there's another way to look at it. Because of the crackdown that he's had on his companies, that's why like BABA and things like that are moving down. So I think some great day trades to the downside in those names. But then watch for the reversal on those as well. But I think that we'll start to see now maybe a little bit more tolerance in the zero tolerance COVID policy. So watch names that are affected by travel and Macau and things like that. I think those might take a nice little run here shortly. So, but we're going to watch very diligently and see what actually comes out of that. This was pretty expected that he would secure that third term, and he has. So I don't think as far as that in the market, I don't think there was any big surprise there. Okay, so anyway, this is our S&P futures. We'll take a quick look over here at energy and see that it is pulling down. We did get out of pretty much everything that we had for over the weekend, coming in fresh here this morning. We are seeing some nice moves in, like I said, the overall markets. The Dow is giving us an implied open of around 160 points right now. The S&P futures up about 50, and I'm waiting for the NASDAQ to come back up. But not a bad opening. Yeah, NASDAQ is looking to be about 18 points up, well, as of right now. So, you know, just up a little bit after a really big, let's go take a look at the candles from Friday, really big engulfing candle that we had here on Friday on good volume. So that's what we do want to see. We want to see big green candles with corresponding volume. And here we ate up a couple days worth, 2 days worth, almost 3. We almost made it. 2 days worth of poor price action. This sets up the bull flag, so we'll see if we get the continuation today. Now, I would be very cautious on that. There was a lot. This was spurred on by Fed speak, and I'll tell you, they're now entering their blackout period, so we won't hear anything from them this week. But now it's all the talking heads trying to guess what they're going to try and do, which seems like a fool's errand. That's just a lot of energy. Just wait. It's next week. They're going to let us know. They're going to tell us what we're going to do here. But remember, that is next week. Next Wednesday, we have the Fed decision. So, and this week, next week, just a landslide of earnings coming out. So keep an eye on those. We'll see what the sentiment is that comes out following those earnings, especially as we work into later here in the week with those really big names reporting. Okay, so we're looking for follow through here this morning. May just get choppy because we don't have that constant Fed speak coming out, but we did notice that maybe there was a little softening in what the bond market is pricing in for that next rate hike. So are they going to do just a 50? That is definitely in play now as well. So we've definitely our threshold or our bar where we look and say, okay, we like this, we don't like this. And we went from, okay, well, next year they're going to lower rates, and then it was just pause rates, and now we're totally okay with just not as high rates. So there's a lot to be read in those tea leaves. Nonetheless, we're just going to wait, see what the market gives us, and play what the market gives us. Now, all that being said, what am I watching today? Sound like a broken record because we played these last week, but they look so great. Look at JPM here. We have a nice bull flag setup, pan out. Look at that in big, it's not an engulfing candle, but big bullish candle here. I like this to continue on. We are going to continue to raise rates. The pace may have changed, but this is a really nice new look. And I think if you were, I don't know, I think I could kind of see a janky inverse head and shoulders with a neckline coming up like this, but we'll see. Okay, so we'll see. That's just a pattern that may or may not play out, but it does. We have some nice bullish gap in here. Nice move after earnings, so this looks pretty good. I'm watching the 125s. So November 18th, 125, I want to enter about 122.39, stopping below the 3 EMA. I'm going to keep these very, very tight with all those earnings and, of course, the constant talking heads trying to figure out what rates are going to do. My target is the 200 MA. Right there. That's what I'm targeting. All right. Well, while we're waiting for that to play out, let's watch some Netflix. Although I watched Amazon Prime this weekend, which was very odd. I don't normally just sit and watch a show. I was pretty excited about it. But Rings of Power was pretty darn good. Okay. Again, another nice bullish gap held in here. Put in an inside candle on Friday. Came in. Pushed up with some really good volume. Got above the 200 moving average. I like the 295s in this. The calls. I like an entry about 289.57. Again, closing below the 3 EMA. I don't want to give these too much room. Targeting 333.22. This way up here is a gap fill from a long time ago. So if we go back here, look at that big old gap. Then we have another one up here. And then a teensy one right here. So lots of gaps in this chart, but this has been so beat up from earnings a couple times ago. Now trying to make our way back up. Like the look in Netflix. And lastly, taking a look here at UAL. Oh, sorry, I meant to take that out and not draw that. Ugh. Okay, well, never mind. I'll do that later. I can't seem to get these to work quite right this morning. Remove. All right. UAL, the whole sector has actually done really well. We've come back into traveling, and not just here in the States, but kind of abroad. We've gotten back into traveling. Had great earnings, bullish gap, inside candle put in, engulfing candle on Friday. Tapped the 200, looking for that move above the 200. That would be my entry, and I would stop about 40. Targeting 41.97 and then 44.50. A lot of other names that we were watching this last week. McDonald's still looks great. CRM up off the mat there and doing really well. Bullish gap continuing on. Hotels, Airbnb, again back in that travel. Be sure to watch for those earnings. Don't want to get caught holding during those earnings, or at least if you're holding, you might want to know you're holding. Merck. Some of these as well. We played PFE. Beautiful move in these, so we're looking for continuation. Again, a lot of these have earnings coming up in short time, so keep an eye on that. All right, that's it for me here this morning. Be sure to watch for follow through. Don't get suckered in and chase. And I will see you on the other side. If you have any questions, reach out. Heather C. at GivingTreeTrading.com.